This is Sara with Posh Pooch Designs, and today's video I'm going to show you how to make some bobble garland for your Christmas tree. And I've done one in green and one in red here, and I've got them all laced together, and it's really simple and easy. This one is made out of the Red Heart Shimmer. I don't know if you can see the sparkles in that. And I like that it's red and green, but I wanted to add another color. Well, my Christmas tree is white. And so I decided to choose, now this is a worsted weight number 4 yarn, the Red Heart Shimmer is, but I decided to try to use the Caron Simply Soft Party in this silver color. They call it Silver Sparkle. Isn't that beautiful? I thought it would make a nice addition along with my red and my green. And so the length is up to you how long you want to make it. Now, just for reference, your bobbles are basically, let me show you, just so that you can get an understanding. Here's my measure, and here's my one, and your bobbles are roughly about 5 inches from bobble to bobble, or whatever you want to call that little bump. I call them bobbles. So you can kind of go by that to determine how long you want to make it. So that's 5 inches. So if you want something, you know, 50 inches long or 50 bobbles long, just multiply by 5. And of course it might make a difference if you chain tighter or less, but you know, you can see roughly about 5 inches from bobble to bobble, and that will give you, of course, like I said, an estimate of how long you want to make it. And it depends on the tree and how much coverage you want. And like me, I'm going to have 3 colors on my tree, so I'm going to make it pretty long. All right, so I'm going to use this beautiful silver by Simply Soft Party. Like I said, it's called Silver Sparkle, and it's just beautiful. The sparkles in it are all different colors. We're going to be using our H hook today, and of course, those of you who watch my videos, you know this is my favorite purple H hook. And that's all you're going to need. You'll need a pair of scissors at the end when you're done. And we don't even weave our ends in. We use those to hook them together if we want to. So we don't even need a needle for weaving in our ends on this project. Now, you can use any worsted weight number 4 yarn, or the truth is, any yarn that you want to. If you want your garland to be big and chunky, you can use a chunky yarn. Just go up on your hook size according to what that type of yarn is asking you to use. And if you want it really small, go with a sport weight, and it'll be a lot smaller. Just go down your hook size. Most yarns, like I said, unless it's something that someone's made at their house that's you know, hand dyed, hand made, hand wound, and all of that stuff, they're going to have the hook size on the yarn. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we need to do is make our slip knot. And then we're going to chain 18. Here is my 18 chains. And the way we make our first bobble is we're going to place a double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. To double crochet, we yarn over, go through that chain or stitch, pull up a loop. We'll have 3 loops on our hook. We'll yarn over, go through the first 2, and yarn over, go through the second 2. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've made a chain 3, 1 double crochet, and then we chained 3. And what we're going to do next is we're going to slip stitch in that same stitch where we made our double crochet. And then we're going to chain 18 again. Now we're going to make another bobble. We chained 18. We're going to place a double crochet in the third chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's our original chain 3, our double crochet, and then we chained 3. And then we're going to slip stitch in that same stitch and then chain 18. So we chained 18, made our bobble, and that leaves us with 15 chains between. And at this point, it's a good idea to measure. Now the red and the green ones measured 5 inches between, but my silver ones are only measuring 4. And that's great because then they'll be off-centered from my red and green ones. But it's a good idea to measure because that will help you with whatever yarn and whatever hook you're using to determine how long to make yours. So just a good point. Now if I stretch it a little, I can get it, about 5 inches. But they're not going to be stretched. They're going to be drooping and drapey on our Christmas tree. So just a good point of reference, measure as you go. That's something I learned a long time ago. All right, let's make another bobble just to make sure you understand how to do it. We chained 18. We're going to make a double crochet in the third chain from the hook. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to place a slip stitch in that same stitch. And there's our little bobble. And chain 18. So I continued on to make my garland. Chain 18, make a bobble, and then chain 18. Really, really simple. You can make it as long as you want. And something I wanted to show you that I do is, here's my red and green one. And what I do, let me find the end. Here's the end. What I do, if I want them to lay together, is I'll take the ends like this. And I did want to show you what I did on the green one is I only chained about 6 and I put the bobble on, and then I started with the 18, and by doing that it offset the bobbles so they're not laying on top of each other. And then this one is off a little bit too because it's a little bit shorter. And I'll put those 3 together and I'll tie just a little quick little knot, and then I can hang them on my tree together. But it's totally up to you if you want to do that. Now when you get your garland, as long as you want it, you just tie off. Here's my garland as long as I want it. Make sure you chain your 18 at the end or however many that you want. And you just cut your yarn, tie off, and then I always add an extra little knot on the end just to hold it. And then after I get it as long as these, then I'll go to the other end and tie those 2 ends together. And then I can drape them on my tree all together. And I'm really liking the silver. It has a little bit of a blue tint to it to me. So I'm really liking how it looks with the red and the green. So I need to get this finished and get my tree decorated.